Today we are going to learn about science revision from 1 KSSM part 8. Okay, so previously we already did about this this question about this poster about lighted cigarette and why got forest fire. So this question, state 3 substances that are needed for burning to happen. So it will be fuel, oxygen and heat. State two effect of forest burning. Okay, so for this question, it is very easy, correct or not? Two effect of burning, forest burning. You can talk about air pollution. You can talk about the habitat of animal being destroyed. We can talk about food resources is being reduced. We can talk about global warming and a lot of things we can say. So a lot lah. Okay, so you must able to do this question because how to say there are many answer. Okay, there are many answer towards this question. So I choose that animal habitat might be affected and threaten forest ecological stability or will produce haze to the nearby area. So basically this one, if you want to write, means it's actually talking about air pollution. Okay, if you want to use your own word, okay, the easier word, okay, maybe you can say it will cause air pollution. Or for this one, maybe you can say habitat. Habitat means the place of animal. Habitat of animal will be destroyed. Correct or not? Or if you don't want to write habitat, you can habitat is the better word lah. Okay, I don't want to write like place for animal to stay to be destroyed. Okay. Okay. D. Beside forest burning, state two other factors that cause air pollution. So air pollution, you know lah, pencemaran udara. State two other factors. So okay, so for one answer, maybe we can write open burning of rubbish. Of course, some people will say like burn the rubbish, but open burning of rubbish means like you do the fire, you burn it at open place, like at a padang. Something like open burning of rubbish means like a padang. You put a lot of rubbish and then you burn. You let all the people see. That's called open burning of rubbish. So we just put the word open up because it is how to say because burning of rubbish, maybe people will think like burn little bit rubbish, right? So usually the answer scheme is open burning of rubbish means you take a lot of rubbish, you put at the place, you burn a lot, and people will notice it because it's already open. That's why we put the word open burning of rubbish. So one more maybe we can say is the smoke from vehicle. Okay, so and maybe we can write smoke from the factories. Okay, one more lah, smoke from the factory lah. Okay, so the next question. Okay, next question. Aimal and Akila place this one is two aluminium cans in water. Aimal can was empty while Akila can is filled with pebble. Okay, you know what's pebble or not? Pebble means the stone. Maybe small stone lah, okay? Means when this one is talking about Akila is filled with pebble, so maybe I can draw lah so that you guys can see properly. So this one is filled with pebble, inside got the stone. Okay, and Ama one is empty. So here is empty, nothing. Based on the observation on the diagram shown above, state your observation. So what is the observation? So this question is talking about observation. Observation means the thing that you can see. This one is very easy. Some students they cannot answer because wow, what this question is talking about, I don't know what is the question talking about. But the question already say observation means the thing that you can see. So what you can see by your two eyes, you can see that for A small can is floating. Aquila can is sinking down into the water. Just write like that and you got the mark already. So you can just write, okay, a small can float on the surface of water while Aquila can sink in the water. Okay. Explain your answer for this question number 2. So how you want to explain this question? So basically when we are talking about explaining question, there are a few keywords. So maybe what keyword that we want to write for this question, right? The keyword. So the keyword will be density. Right or not? In Chinese, call me tu means when you write your answer, I don't care whatever answer. But one thing I'm very sure is the answer got something about density. Me too. Okay, either the water density higher or the can density is lower. Density relate to maybe we can talk about volume and mass. Correct or not? You got so maybe if you want to add some more, you want to talk about volume. The air volume, the container is more, therefore it has a lower mass. The density is lower than water. It float, and for the sinking can, it got the mass is very high, therefore the density is higher than water, so it sinks. So you just use your own word. Okay. So this one, same lah. Okay, you just explain. Okay, so you just explain. Aquila can has higher density than water. Because it has higher density than water, it sink into the water. A small can has lesser density than water, so it float on the water. So for this question, I think usually students know the answer, just like they do not know how to express the answer. So just need a little bit more training, okay? Just speak more English and do more training, and then you can answer this question. Okay, so for this question, the density below show a cube of plasticine sink in water. The mass and density of the plasticine are 25.35 gram and 15 this one is cm cubic respectively. Power of 3 lah, basically. Calculate the density of the plasticine. So this one maybe can you do for me, and then you can. So for this one, it is very easy. Okay, correct or not? Since they already give the formula, density equals the mass over volume, like mathematics question, 25.35 gram is the mass. Put here 25.35 gram over 15 cm cube. Put here cm cube. Use your calculator and press, you should get around 1.69. Correct or not? 1.69 gram over cm cube. Correct or not? Same like your anything lah. For example, kilometer per hour. Correct or not? Kilometer per hour. Let's say your daddy, when you see in highway, 80 km per hour means that actually your daddy should drive your car 80 km over 1 hour. Correct or not? That's why we write here 80 km per, this one is divide per 1 hour. 1 hour means I just write hour lah, okay? Okay, 1 hour. So your daddy cannot drive too fast because the sign on the road is just 80 km per 1 hour. 1 hour only can move 80 km. Okay, next question. Explain why plasticine sink in water based on your answer in B1. Give the density of water is 1 gram cm. Okay, so basically this one we need to know is the density of water is 1 gcm. Actually, by doing this calculation, actually we know that when we are talking about pure water, when we're talking about 1 liter of water, how many kg? Okay, so for 1 liter of water, just this one is for your general knowledge. 1 liter equals to 1 kg. 1 kg of water, when we are talking about water, you can times it. Basically, you will get 1,000 gram for this much of liter, this volume of water, which is actually 1 liter. So 2 liter of water is around 2 kg. You don't believe it, you can go and weigh it lah at your home. But of course, if it will be more than 1 kg, slightly little bit, maybe you do at home, you will get 1.001 kg. Why? Probably because the water that you drink is not what we call it, the distilled water, not a very pure water. Inside your water got the mineral, correct or not? Got the mineral, got the salt, which is more healthier, which is healthier for you. So it's around like 1.001 kg like that, okay? So it depends on what thing lah, okay? Like recently I just buy bitumen because my water roof dropped, okay? So usually when I buy paint, I buy paint, he will put the paint there 5 liter because I buy paint ma. But recently I just buy the paint, they just mentioned it 5 kg, okay? But I know he will put kg, he will not put liter because the weight of the paint is heavier than water. So when you look at 5 kg, you thought it is more, but actually it's lesser, okay? But this is like marketing thing lah, okay? So why processing in the water given the density of water is 1.0 gram? So this question is very easy. So let's ask Vivian. So the answer is very simple. Processing has higher value of density, i.e. 1.69 is higher compared to water. So if this is a science lah, there are many answers you can write for, correct or not? For example, this is a water. If you still remember standard 6 class, for the water is 1.0. And then down here is plus 16. So maybe plus 16 is 1.69. Then this one is the oil. I don't know lah, maybe I just put 0.8. And here I put is the, how I say it lah, the gabus lah, gabus English we call it lah, the cork, the cork in the toilet one, okay, the rubber. So I put here maybe 0.6. Correct or not? Still remember or not? So why this one go down? Why it go down? Why it sink? Because this thing is higher density than water, because water is 1.0. In terms of how to write the answer, you just write your answer lah. There are many ways to write your answer, okay? Usually for me, I will just say because the density of processing is 1.69 is bigger than the water, because the density of water is just 1.0, okay? 1.69 bigger than 1.0. You are asked to make a plasticine float in water. Without changing its mass, what modification that should you do to the plasticine to make sure it can float? Draw and explain your answer. So this question is more like a reader, right? How to make the plasticine float? It's not to take the magician come, right? Magician come, then can float. Of course, what I can do is either you make the plasticine very, very thin, or I will make the plasticine like a boat, correct or not? You never think, right? You only think straight, only science. But science, sometimes they like to play reader with you, correct or not? So I just draw the water. Maybe I make the plasticine like a bowl, correct or not? Then it can float already. Draw and explain your answer. So maybe we can say that make the, okay, so you just explain, okay, make the plasticine look like a boat so it can float. Why? Because it has higher volume. The density is lesser than water, so it will float, correct or not? Why in terms of we want to say that it has higher volume? Because this because after I draw, I found out that here got a slightly more volume, correct or not? Okay, move here. But at here, it is not just like this, correct or not? I just put the yellow lah. Here is the air. So basically, you got one more thing is air. So air will increase the volume. Increase the volume. So eventually, lower density lah. Lower density. So it will float. So it is how you explain it. That's how ship float, correct or not? Even though ship is made out of metal, but it still can on the water. Okay, so we take a short break. I see you back by 5 o'clock. Okay, see you at 5 o'clock. Bye bye.